Let's have a look at the back of the Times, gentlemen, and story over on the right-hand side there. New regulator can fine clubs. Our good friend Martin Ziegler has written this piece. All the papers starting to cover this story, which came out this evening. The much heralded regulator, which is there to impose action on football if football won't take action itself, Miguel.
Yeah, I have to say my own professional opinion on this is that it's overdue. It's actually welcomed as well, because in the last 2 weeks there had been a feeling that it could go on until the end of the year. There was a bit of a rush, well, not quite a rush, but there was a pressure to get it through by the end of March, given the potential change of government this year and the necessity to get business done. And I think that's for the better of football, because it is something that will start to, at the very least, and I think there are big questions over how much power the regulator will have, but it will start to impose some clarity, given that when you look at everything we spoke about in the first half of the show, English football is obviously going through a period of great uncertainty at the moment. And there had been this back and forth about the regulator as well. Well, I suppose at the very least, this is one piece that's in place, but it does need teeth. And I do think that, I mean, you can see it in the discussions between the Premier League and the EFL about, money to the pyramid, all these debates about distribution of money, that football, and it's something you hear a lot from the top of the game, even though everyone usually talks about it in their own interest. It can't govern itself. So it does need an independent hand.
We've got some comments from the West Ham owner David Sullivan given to Sky Sports News tonight. Jason, I'll give you a little flavour of it. Like every Premier League owner, I'll move down. The government has shown an inability to run anything. You think they have more important things to worry about at the moment. We have a regulator for energy, water, trains, etc., and we have the worst and most expensive services in the world. We're now going to be forced to pay for something we don't want. I wonder how many overpaid employees this new football quango will employ. Is that representative, Jason, with your contacts of what the Premier League owners generally think?
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate from the way they talk about both the plans for a regulator, but also the dismissive attitude they have towards the EFL. But unfortunately, they brought this upon themselves. Naturally, I would probably think we don't want a regulator, certainly not a government-appointed regulator. I actually quite like the idea of an NFL-style commissioner who has even wider powers, but that's somebody appointed by football itself. I don't think the government should be remotely involved in any of this. But however, they should be involved now, because football's brought it upon itself, as Miguel says. We look at the state of the finances. Even last week, they couldn't agree the new deal with the EFL. It's almost like turkeys voting for Christmas. It's the arrogance is incredible at times from these football clubs. They have this sloshing with money, yet they won't let it come down the pyramid. They won't organise themselves in a way which is actually sustainable, and therefore they've brought it upon themselves. It's an easy win for the government. It's placed the gallery. The fans will love it, the idea of regulation and the clubs being brought into line. It's not necessary, but unfortunately it is necessary, because football has brought this upon itself.